These are legitimate reasons in here. Of course, some African countries today, there is a lot of coup because presidents, regimes, they have, or the people, the citizenry, we have failed to check them, to insist that accountability, insist that government officials or public servants are dealt with. Say, yes, so could do point to be. Then the people we are thinking will be our saviors to create opportunities for they become our enemies. Because now they are not scared of you. Time as Messi and Obianka and nanaakuffoaddo, every rule has been broken when it comes to governance. Now see this. Worldbank has given us $430 million. Story when the last story here on Friday. Friday, I'm read this story which I'm checking you say. A simple question. Now, you read this story no. Minister of Health, gäve has confirmed that the World Bank has given the country up to $430 million in the fight against COVID-19. Into World Bank so asa my $430 million. Fine. Addressing the media during a visit by Vice President for the Western and Central Africa region, Usman Diagana, to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital in Accra to inspect the rehabilitated fever unit funded by them, Mr. AgyemangbaduI elaborated how the money has been dispensed. And I quote, so far, we have received $430 million from the World Bank, but we have not finished spending all the money. We have reserved some for the construction of infectious disease treatment center across the country that will give us beds. He goes on to say this, and we have invested into 12 other units of health infrastructure as a basis for infectious disease centers across the country. All the regions have got at least one, and we are working to complete these facilities in no time, he noted. And I quote, in the principle of leaving no one behind, we have to utilize the World Bank money to procure 20,000 wheelchairs for distribution to the Society of Disabled People in Ghana and the rest to various facilities. So we tried to include everybody in the quest to fight the battle, he said. He then commended the World Bank for its continuous support to the country, especially in terms of healthcare delivery. Now, you see, Amankasa confirms $430 million in a World Bank. But it is so interesting. So read this story now. World Bank Abba King. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get some information from my team. Now liberty. Now, so read this story now. Everything is about infectious disease center. And you see what every region biano. This man is lying. This health minister was lying to these people. He knows that every region you need infectious center biao baby. Ghana and crying. Or say almost had the $430 million at wheelchairs. Because they didn't want to leave anyone behind. The money is for COVID. The money wasn't for wheelchair. People, with all due respect, that the disabled, Ghana for Sebio, omodi them, Sebio, omuni omuhia wheelchairs, that money wasn't meant for them. You see, sometimes, your man go for way, finding ways and means to chop our money for no reason. World Bank, specifically for something. Now, can the health minister tell us? They had to go buy wheelchairs for the so-called disabled for because the money was specifically for COVID-19. If somebody is disabled, now say here help how to find a wheelchair, they know where to go. And I'm not saying that the government does not have to support disabled people, but the monies are for specific things. Unless you are creating an avenue, we will not be able to track. It is part of the reason why and COVID-19 because these are some of the details we'll be asking. These are some of the details Ghanaians will be pressing. Also, Odema a disabled for motor wheelchair. Emma saying how much is the wheelchair? Bakubiane cost saying Nipa do send tomomo. Did they need it? Where are they? These are some of the questions they are avoiding. Into every time Bianema are buying with car, especially the various ministries, they create some kind of avenue. They make it so complicated. Because and then your account, they will tell you that we provided wheelchairs for our brothers and sisters who are disabled because we didn't want to leave anybody behind. COVID-19 and wheelchair, what connection does it have? COVID-19 money, any wheelchair, with all due respect to our brothers and sisters who are disabled. I know some of you people need wheelchairs, but we are talking about the purpose of the money. Because if we are going to account, we are accounting for COVID-19 expenses. Did COVID-19 make anyone disabled to need a wheelchair? So these are things we need to be asking. And what they do is they take opportunities like this to slot these kind of things in there. So they pick these kind of words, they slot it in there. Disabled in Ghana, $2 million. You'll be shocked. Because the issue is in small bits, that is how they make sure they steal from us. What has COVID-19 got with the wheelchair? Now, even when you read a story, they were talking about infectious disease centers around the nation. Where? Regional ones and also district ones. If we are talking about 16 regions, can we today see the ones you have built? We are here. We know what is happening. You did not build any COVID-19 infectious centers in all regions. This is part of the reason why in here, because Ghana for in Kofo if today we bring them forward to account, they cannot. Now I'm still crazy about how gäve health minister. Ghana ye Jimiana. Now how on earth will a university student, will a student or say or Ghana near Wako School Ghana will still accept to say AgyemangbaduI should be health minister in the future? In the future, say NPP free power. Now say NDC ba. Now minister be echo disika clearly $20 million, $50 million. Obi benya that energy to criticize ana. When say we are embodying corruption ana. Because the person who will be caught involved in these kinds of corruption, he will use this as a precedent to tell you, time AgyemangbaduI ko wiya sika or this sika you cannot. And as much as we want to change this country, we need to insist, say, accountability and also prosecution and making sure people who go against the law, especially public officers, they are dealt with. Because the ANC, last me, we saw a question on show, we say, under Akuffoaddo became president. What do you call a crime? A crime or Ghana? What is crime? How can you say this government official misconducted himself? Because we have seen everything under Akuffoaddo. We have seen every single thing under Akuffoaddo. Now, where are the standards? Standard into Obiaba, they are going to cut a piece of what Akuffoaddo did to protect themselves. And that is what we are here. We've been preaching against. Let us stop it before it gets to a point we cannot do anything. Anything you set committees in parliament, anything you want accountability, you want auditor general, you want attorney. These are blocks, these are things ya DSC was sending a obin to me magic to me and kase na no be ye say one yashinti and the mutu from sankano. And these are legitimate reasons in here. Of course, some African countries today, there is a lot of coup because presidents, regimes, they have, or the people, the citizenry, we have failed to check them, to insist that accountability, insist that government officials or public servants are dealt with. Say, yes, so could do point to be. Then the people we are thinking will be our saviors to create opportunities for they become our enemies. Because now they are not scared of you. Time as Messi and Obianka and the Akuffoaddo, every rule has been broken when it comes to governance. Mention one thing and the Akuffoaddo in our constitution, rules that have not been broken. Nepotism, it has been broken. People not accounting, it has been broken. corruption in all sectors that has been broken. Contract manipulation, contract whatever, it has been broken. We are talking about breach of the constitution. Every single thing under Akufo-Addo every law has been broken. And the funny thing is, we have not dealt with anybody. Bluegrass for now, Marset issue by what happened to that matter? Napo was the minister of education. Bluegrass for Jessica, young guy. Only politicians the bush wom what has happened to the bluegrass? Yes, our Marset scandal. What has happened? What has happened to PDS? Nobody faced the consequences. What has happened to Ameri? Ejako Kronforo and Amo president Risano, such a crazy man. We are talking about serious stuff. People have walked. ABAJ Risano, and he is still fighting court. Court is saying that we should prosecute him. We are quiet. We don't have a government. We have a criminal cartel. These are game boys led by a game man. We are not crazy, my friends. We are not mad to sit here and use these kind of words. It is because the people we thought are intelligent are more foolish than we the people. We are not mad. We are not stupid. We are not crazy to criticize and use words like these. When people, at the end of the day, when you give them power and they don't show respect back, respect is reciprocal. Nyansa ene ebuo. So Bumia na mibu. They have shown continuously and consistently that they don't respect we the people. So what is left for us to do? It's consistency. It is criminality. It is all about the disrespect, the impunity.